I'm here
How are
today,
you?
and we will like to introduce you with Mr. Robert King.
Raymond
Raymond
King.
King. Raymond King, sorry.
Dr.
Raymond King. He's also a entertainment attorney.
Yes.
So tell us about, I mean, I have never met anyone because like having two solid, crazy profession. I mean, one, you go 14 years of study, then you go long years of this study, bar exam, and all this stuff. How did you do it? You're a smart man.
How did you do it? That's awesome.
Well, so to me, I think that every step of the way, if you follow your passion, if you follow your calling, it doesn't seem like work.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not
Yeah.
passionate about what you're doing, you could look at objectively at what I've done and say, that's a lot of work. But
It came natural to you.
I don't think that I ever considered any of it work.
Okay.
Why? Because it's his purpose, you see?
Yes.
So tell us about how did you transform from being a doctor to entertainment attorney, two completely different ways.
Well, I was born in the Philippines. When I was 1, we moved to Manhattan, New York, and that's when I saw my first magician at the age of 6. We moved to Glendale, California for about 1 year before moving to Amarillo, Texas.
Okay.
And turns out, by the time I was 8, I started doing magic shows, and I was the only magician in the city of Amarillo. By the
Famous.
time I was 15, I was making as much as $500 a show at 15
Wow.
years old.
Okay.
And not bad for
Serious.
15.
Yeah.
But,
Not at all.
but then something happened. My father was swindled in a real estate scam, and we lost everything.
A scam.
And
We're laughing because we're going to do a movie on scams.
Oh, really?
Yes, we are.
well, but I'll never forget walking in the room and seeing my mother crying because my father just told her that we lost everything.
Wow.
And she was crying because she was afraid that we wouldn't be able to afford my sister finishing up college. She was a junior in college. I was a junior in high school.
Wow.
And so I told them not to worry, told them that I would be doing magic shows. And
Oh.
I went to our church that afternoon. I fell to my knees and I prayed that I could be a good enough magician so that I could help my sister finish school.
Oh.
And
And you were how old?
15.
Look at that.
But in the foyer of the church where they have all the pamphlets and brochures, I saw a blue brochure with gold lettering. It said University of Dallas, Texas Scholars Program. It was a scholarship application. And I sat in the back pew of the church and I hand wrote my personal statement. I submitted.
Talk to them.
I submitted the application, and 4 weeks later, I got an interview. And the first question they asked me at the interview was, Raymond, can you do a magic trick? Well, 6 weeks later, I got a letter in the mail that said, Dear Mr. King, congratulations. We are pleased to offer you a 4-year full tuition scholarship to the University of Dallas.
Wow.
So that year, they only offered 1 full ride and 2 half scholarships. That year was written on my heart that you can fall to your knees and pray for what you think you want, but if your intentions are right, God will give you exactly what you need. And I never dreamed that my prayer would be answered by a full ride to college. And I had so much gratitude in college that I knew that I wanted to go 110% in everything I chose to do. I ended up changing majors 4 times, and
Wow.
That's good. So tell us about your eyesight, that you lost your eyesight. How did you get your
Sure.
eyesight? What was the transition?
okay, well,
Your life.
Essentially, there's a lot that happened before then, but I ended up from college. I went from literature to philosophy to foreign language to biology, when I changed majors, I found out that I had to take a full load every summer. So during the summers, I worked in the Children's Medical Center answering phones, and in my downtime, I was doing magic for the kids. And that's when I decided to go to medical school. I found out that I couldn't be a pediatrician because I get too attached to the kids. And I went on to become
that would be hard.
an otolaryngologist, or head and neck, or ear, nose, and throat doctor. I trained in Oklahoma City, and then in 1995,
It's okay, they're passing, no problem. Go ahead.
in 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing happened 6 blocks away from my clinic. And in one day, I saw 17 people die right in front of me.
Oh my gosh.
It had such an impact on me that the week after the bombing is when I applied to law school. And by fall of that year, I was seeing patients 5 days a week, 4 nights a week. I went to law school. Second year of law school, I got married. Third year of law school, we had our first child during finals week. And in the delivery room is when I told my wife that I wanted to leave medicine. And the following year, I was working in a big law firm in Dallas, representing a healthcare system. And I stayed in that big firm until 2004. And then when I left, 74 out of 75 clients followed me, and that's what gave birth to my law firm today. And,
Awesome.
and what's happened over the last 10 to 12 years is all my contacts in entertainment came around, and I started representing some directors, producers, and actors in Hollywood. And now entertainment law comprises about 100% of my practice now. And about 6 years ago, I started producing my own films, and have produced 14 films. I've acted in 18, and this is where I've been called to be.
Wow. So you're an actor as well? Wow. How about that?
But you lost your eyesight.
6 years ago, I detached my retina, and I also had a severe cataract, and essentially I was blind for 7.5 months. The surgery was complicated by glaucoma, and ended up having 3 surgeries.
Speak a little louder, it's okay.
Ended up having 3 surgeries in my left eye, 2 surgeries in the right eye, and during that 7.5 months of blindness is when I truly had a change in my perspective in life.
I can imagine.
We are live here right now with Hilton Beverly Hills. That's why we are sitting in the lobby recording this for all of you. So it's very interesting, isn't it, how the faith helped you to do what you are today.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was when I regained my eyesight that I knew that I was being called to make inspirational films. And
Awesome.
then especially after the pandemic hit, all these opportunities have come up that have propelled me more into the industry, and that's why I'm doing more of this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're so glad that you're here. Welcome to Beverly Hills, and we're looking forward to doing some things together and making some amazing inspirational films.
Yes, we got quite a few films coming up.
Yes, we do.
So stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted. We're going to be in Sacramento next week. So we will see who you're going to be interviewed that time. So our hearts to your hearts, love and peace.
Love and peace.
Love
God
and
bless.
peace. God bless. Bye-bye.